Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV, Baba Bagide Imo TV. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. Operation Golden Dawn in Southeast is deaf. Dump couldn't stop killer herdsmen from sacking Enugu communities. Kidnappers in army uniform abduct Lagos passengers. Probe begins. Pregnant Nigerian woman laments alleged abduction of husband by Ebube Agu security outfit in Enugu over 20 days ago, says his wife. Cross River Catholic priests, several church members kidnapped in Nasara. And to sports, Portugal versus Ghana, the result. More to come after the headlines. Now the news in detail. The International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law, Inter-Society, a civic organization, has condemned the incessant attacks by armed herdsmen on Enugu state communities while the Nigerian security agencies look the other way. The group in a statement issued on Thursday titled Enugu Under Siege by Jihadist Herdsmen as Army's Operation Golden Dawn Goes Deaf and Dumb, called on the governors of all eastern region to go for 60% security chiefs from the east and immediate to ensure transfer of no fewer than 20 senior military and police commanders of Muslim extraction and other disproportional deployed senior officers of non-eastern region. Inter-Society, in a statement signed by its principal officers, Emeka Umeagbalasi, Obianuju Joy Iboli, Chidema Udebunam, insisted that the 11 governors of Edo, Delta, Anambra, Enugu, Cross River, Imo, Abia, Ebonyi, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Bayelsa must urgently ensure ethno-religious de-radicalization of the safety and the security in the East and giving the Eastern population a true sense of belonging, including security and safety with local content. According to the group, the principal officers of the Nigerian Army responsible for the Army Institute Operation Golden Dawn in the southeast part of eastern Nigeria have become totally deaf and dumb as Enugu goes up in flames ignited by jihadist Fulani herdsmen. Moving on to the next story. A yet-to-be-identified man has narrated his ordeal in the hands of suspected kidnappers who abducted him and other passengers in the Lekki area of Lagos State. The victim in the viral video on Thursday said he boarded a commercial bus to Iyano Oworo area of the state, but in the course of the journey, discovered that he had fallen into the hands of suspected kidnappers. He said, "I got into a bus heading to Iyano Oworo and noticed this weird smell. Anybody who has been in a military training or setting will know about gases that knock people off. I knew that was what it was, so I spat in my handkerchief and used it to cover my nose. In about 5 to 10 minutes, every other passenger in the bus had fallen asleep except members of the team who had all used nose masks to cover their noses. So we started exchanging words. I was not rude or anything, but begging them that they should have my phone, a Samsung Galaxy S22, which cost 1.3 million and could still be sold for 800,000. The victim said he also offered them his automated teller machine card for them to empty his account as well as his gold necklace, but they refused to let him disembark from the bus until they got to where he would be killed and his body dismembered. To the next story. Mrs. Onyinyechi Abuguja has raised the alarm over the disappearance of her husband, Chinedu, since November 2nd, 2022. Chinedu was reportedly abducted at the Ogute Umadi Junction by Ebubeago security outfit. Ebubeago is a security outfit launched on April 11, 2021 by the 5 governors of the Southeast region to fight terrorism in the zone. Chinedu, the only son of her mother, was arrested by Ebubeago security operative around 8 p.m. while he was returning home with his pregnant wife, Onyinyechi, from the hospital. His whereabouts have been unknown to his family members since then. Speaking to Sahara reporters on Thursday, heavily pregnant wife Onyinyechi, who is expecting twin babies, said she followed the Ebubeago operatives on a commercial motorbike to their office in Ogute. the headquarters of Igboize North local government area of Enugu State, but was asked to go back by the operatives. She said the operatives advised her to go home and get some food for her husband the following morning, but never told her the offense he committed. According to her, when she went back to the Ebubeago's office the following morning, they asked her to look for him at the police station. Regrettably, when I went to the police station at Ogrute, they told me that nobody was brought to the station either in the night or that morning. Moving to the next story. A Reverend Father Peter Ojang, who is the chaplain RCM parish in the Alok Catholic Diocese of Ogoja in Cross River State, has been kidnapped somewhere in Nasarawa State. He, alongside several members of St. Jude Society, were traveling yesterday to Abuja for an important church event. That when they were waylaid and taken into the bush, the news of their kidnap was broken during morning mass today by Reverend Father Dr. Fidelis Kajibia, the administrator of St. Benedict's Cathedral, Igoli, Ogoja. He said it was not yet certain how many members of St. Jude Society were traveling with him. The chairman of the Diocesan Education Board, Catholic Diocese of Ogoja, Peter Nandi Bete, also confirmed it on his Facebook page early Friday morning. Police authorities from both states are yet to make any statement towards the abduction. Moving on to the last story coming from sports. Portugal are next in action against Uruguay on Monday, while Ghana take on South Korea on the same day. Portugal get off the mark at the World Cup with a dramatic 3-2 victory over Ghana at the 974 Stadium. After a goalless first-half draw, Cristiano Ronaldo opened the scoring with a controversial penalty to become the first man to score at 5 World Cups. Andrew Ayew equalized for the Black Stars, but João Felix and Rafael Leão scored their first World Cup goals to put the Celestials in command. Osman Bukari made it a tense finish with a close-range header, and Diogo Costa almost handed Inaki Williams a stoppage time equalizer, only for the forward to slip the vital moment. Fernando Santos' men held on to secure the 3 points to get up and running in Group H. That ends the national news from BGI TV. Before we go, the major headlines. Operation Golden Dawn in Southeast is death. Dump couldn't stop killer Herdsmen from sacking Enugu communities. Kidnappers in army uniform abduct Lagos passengers. Probe begins. And on sport, Portugal beats Ghana 3-2 in the match opener. For more updates on YouTube, please log on to our YouTube handle Babagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For advert placement of goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placement only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawa, Jumat Mufida to all Muslim faithfuls around the world.